Good morning, welcome to a morning review. This is Kim Watson speaking for Easy Trader. Okay, looking at the euro dollar first, and yesterday we sold off pretty much for quite a large part of the day, almost putting in a pivot swing pattern here, not quite closing low enough, but all the same we've seen a continuation to the downside through the Asian session. The current state of play, a couple of things we have got potential support underneath with the daily 8 moving average, although we could find support of this 34. One thing to bear in mind though, we've certainly changed the pattern a little bit here. We've got a 50 moving average which is facing south, which is relatively bearish, but the more important thing here is we've started putting in some lower lows and lower highs at this juncture. Now it could spin around from this sort of level. We have done a bit of a retrace in this move, and it's closing in towards that 50%. That 50% may just come. Let me just see. It's not going to be too far off where the daily 8 is, so may get some reaction around that sort of area. Not one that believes that these literally stop dead on these FIB numbers. They seem to have a lot less action than they used to, but anyway, we'll see. It may hold on there, but it has got a daily pivot untouched above, which is there's a possibility we could come up to there, although we are quite a way. We're over 58 pips away, so it would need quite a reversal to get moving in that direction. So at the moment it's looking relatively bearish, almost on its S1 already as well, so it's not the best of mornings in terms of setting up here. Maybe an hour earlier and we may have seen a trade short on this, but at the moment looking weak. We'll look for possible trades within that direction. However, any reversals, I'm going to be looking for the daily pivot to be hit. The pound dollar, similar picture largely. It's sold off through the Asian session. It did put a pivot swing in there, looking bearish. Key support is quite a bit lower on the dailies here. We have got some support below us, but again, well, the 34 is a bit below us. There's a whole number of support areas here. The weekly pivot, the 200 like the 4-hourly 50 on the euro is facing south, and the 50 moving average here is starting to flatten out as well. So not the most of bullish signals. Again, we put lower highs in, not quite as defined. Well, it's certainly lower high, confirmed lower low. So we are in this more of a bearish state at this juncture. Just shy at the moment of the daily pivot, as I say, could come down some more. Again, daily pivot, daily S1. We have got the daily pivots above us, but again, they're quite some distance above. So let me just have a quick measure. Over 50 odd pips at the moment, so probably a little bit less chance of those being touched at this juncture. It could all change midday-ish, or even if we get a good reversal this morning. But I've got to see this trend line broken before I look for those sort of levels to be hit. Okay, let's have a look at the dollar yen. Again, it's rallied, so complete reverse here. Daily wise, well, it put quite an engulfing sort of candle in there, not quite total engulfing, but it completely overlapped, well, top and bottom, just almost closed above the highs of the previous day there. A bit of a funny looking candle actually. I just realised it must have gapped, or there's certainly a move, a wrong candle there. That should be that green should be starting from the low of the prior candle, but we'll see. Anyway, resistance coming into play potentially. We've got the 50 moving average on the 4-hourly on the right hand side here. We've got this whole cluster of MAs, the bands etc. coming in a little bit higher at 1960, 119. 61-ish area actually, which may coincide with the 50 a little bit, may get a bit of overlap, but that may create some resistance. Looking at the hourlies, again, there's a cluster of moving averages of 500, 200 above us, but I think that will run towards that R1 at the moment. That's looks like the favourite. There was a bit of divergence. I think there was take that. Well, there was a divergence initially into this first high here, but that's sort of worn its way off now anyway, and is, as I say, got potential of pushing up towards that R1 pivot. Okay, finally, looking at the Aussie dollar. Let's have a look at these bigger time frames first. Selling off again. Now it has put a pivot swing in again, a bit like the pound. Sold off already partially, and at the moment looking relatively weak. This wasn't helped by the Reserve Bank of Australia mentioning that there's further potential rate cuts. Thing is, I think they've been probably more honest than most central banks at the moment, realizing that it may need to do some more rate cuts. Okay, and looking down at the alleys here, again, we've broken the original trend that was sitting there only by walking out of it sideways, so that would need to be readjusted, this line here, at some point. There is the potential for the daily pivot again, but it's so far away. We would need some rallies in these markets, some significant change in direction of the dollar fortune. For now, the S1 looks like the close potential, but we'll see if it find any support. It's pretty difficult to look at where the support areas are coming in here, because just the way the price went up initially. So maybe a bit of support around that S2 area if it continues to sell off later. But for now, it's just a case of waiting for the right setup this morning. Maybe one of those mornings we sit on our hands for quite some time. Okay, that's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.